Hi, I'm Billy, and I'm gonna do another version of Cinderella. It's Fisherella, and it's about a fish. And once there was a fish named Fisherella. She was beautiful as the reef, and her eyes were blue as the ocean. She lived with her mom and her dad. Her dad was a butterfly fish, and he works at the algae company. And her mom was a rainbow fish, and she works at the yummy seaweed company. And one day when her mom was swimming in the reef going to work, there was a fish net. But she didn't see it, so she swam and she got stuck in it. And then she got pulled and pulled and pulled up. And then she almost died, but when the fisherman saw her, he threw her in. And then when she got in, a shark comes and snapped her right away. And then she died, so her dad soon married another fish. They were mean and cruel, with two daughters that were mean and cruel too. They made her to do everything. Chop the seaweed, ching, ching, even to get the wood, cardo wood, and even squeak the water from squeak some of the water so they can have some oxygen. So, and even made her to select on dead and dry and rotten seaweed. But one day when she was cooking seaweed, there was a letter came by. It was from Prince Rainbow. The letter said that he's going to have a ball next Sunday at the Reef Palace. So she called the stepmother and stepsisters, and they rushed down as fast as lightning and as swift as thunder. And then they said, "Pass me that letter, you dummy." And he said, "Is this a letter from Prince Rainbow?" And she said, "Yes." And then she said, "Make us pretty clothes." And then she has to make it. And when she finished, they rushed down, and then they went into the changing room, and then they changed into. And then when she went outside, Fisherella asked, "Can I go too?" But they screamed, "No! No! 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 No!" And she asked, "Why? Why?" And then the stepsisters and stepmother said, "Because you have scrambled dresses and you are a slave." And then the stepsisters come to the cargo phone, and then they said, "Hello, Mr. Super Seahorse Taxi Company. Will you come here fast, because we're going to the ball now?" And then it was, and when they waited for only 5 seconds, it was here, but they didn't know, so the taxi called, "Beep, beep, I'm here, I'm here." And then they went on it, and then it went up. And then and Fisherella at home crying. But suddenly, something appeared, poof! And it was a piece of seaweed, and then it asked, "Why are you crying?" And then Fisherella answered, "Because I can't go to the ball." And then she said, "I will help you," but then Fisherella said, "Really? Because you're just a piece of seaweed." And then the seaweed said, "I'm not any seaweed, I'm your fairy godmother. And then the stepmother said, just bring me 10 pieces of seaweed and 2 sea snails and 1 seahorse. And then she went and she caught 2 snails from the seaweed farm and 10 pieces of seaweed. Boom, ching, ching, ching. And she got a seahorse from the coral garden. And then she gave it to her, and then she tapped from her wand, said, fishery coral-dee, bloomity-blue. And ding, and then up comes a piece of giant brain coral. And up come the seahorse, come into a royal driver, and these 2 snails came into 2 pretty fishes that swam really fast. So, and she tapped some 5 leftover seaweed and touched it into her, and it turned into a beautiful dress. And she said, whoop, now you can go to the ball. And she said, remember, but go leave at 12 or else all the magic will disappear and be all gone and you will be back to normal. So she said, okay. And she hopped on and she got ching-ka-ding-ka-ching-ka-ching to the ball. But when she arrived at the ball, when she went up the stairs of the magnificent castle, she saw everyone, and the prince caught her eye. Huh? And then the stepmothers and stepsisters were like this. Who is that is so pretty? And then the prince said, will you want to dance with me? And then she said, oh yes. And they danced and danced and danced and danced and danced until it was 9 p.m. and they had dinner with grilled seaweed and fresh seaweed and clams and a lot of things that Fisherella likes. And then soon it was midnight and the clock struck. And then she Wesley went down the stairs. Wesley went home, pretending to cry. And then when the stepmothers come back, and the stepsisters, they asked, you should go to the ball, but you can't because there was a girl that was pretty as a rainbow. And then she laughed a little. And then she went out, and then they closed her door. Boom! And she slept. And the prince, he walked out and he got the fin because she didn't know that there was a fin. And he brought it in and she said, I didn't even know her name yet. How can she just leave me like this? And then he said, oh, but at least she gave me a clue. And then he said, who that fits this fin, I will marry. And then he said, tomorrow I will start. And then next morning he started to get his skirts and he went, yeah, yeah. And then he arrived at every house and he fit, ching, no, it's not that one. Ching, ching, na, never, ing, nope, never it. And then ching, too big, ching, too small. And then finally they arrived at Fisherella's house. And they come out roughly fighting to get fit. And then the stepmother got it first. So she tried it, but it was too big for her. So they let the 2 stepsisters. The first stepsister is the oldest one, so too big. And the second one, too small. And finally they said, let's go let that girl try it. And they said, huh? That girl? She's an ugly slave. How can we let her try? And then she said, and the guard said, but everyone has to try it. So they let her try, and then she fit it. So they said, hooray, hooray, it fits. And then the stepmother appeared and put the other fit on and the dress on, and they said, oh, it's really the girl. Oh yeah, it is. And then they went on the carriage, royal carriage, and it went up. And then they went to the castle, and soon the marriage was started in 2 hours. And then finally everyone arrived, and they got